Hello, can everyone hear me fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Yeah, let me know whenever you want me to start or yeah.
We can start now, sir.
Okay. Hi Pooja, I see your query on the chat here. I mean, if I were to repeat it, to effectively learn and complete the course, do I need to have the basics of any programming language? Yes, for you to effectively learn the course, it is important for you to develop some understanding of Python basics, and hopefully be comfortable with Python. I mean, these days you don't have to do a lot of coding yourself, right? So there are a lot of lot of language tools, a lot of these AI tools that are now available for you to generate code. And we have also given, or we will be giving a lot of notebooks, Jupyter notebooks as well, which contain all the code snippets that you need, over this course. But at the end of the day, you still need to be comfortable with reading and understanding what each of those code snippets do, right? So I think Python basics is important, and we have also had designed a few hands-on sessions in the first week of the course to address Python basics. So hope those were useful. And will the course also be partly hands-on? Yes, the course is actually designed to be partly hands-on. So if you look at most of the notebooks that are being uploaded, there will always be some take-home exercises in those courses. So the idea is that you go through each notebook. If you observe the hands-on lectures, you go through those lectures, go through the notebooks, understand what let's say each cell is doing, and then you try to complete those exercises. That way, your coding skills also improve. So that's the basic idea behind the course, and I hope that that answered your question.
Hello, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for the feedback, for the answers. Sir, actually, if I take any course from like Coursera for Python, will that be, as a beginner, will that be sufficient?
Yeah,
Or
that should be sufficient. I mean, so the things that we are going to use in at least for the first one third of the course are NumPy, let's say, scikit-learn, and pandas. So those are the
Okay,
three sort of packages that you need to be comfortable with, right?
okay, sir.
And then towards the middle of the course, we'll also be introducing some TensorFlow and Keras, but we will give you all the tools that you need. So you don't need to be already aware of TensorFlow or Keras.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. All right. So there's another question from Google Form from Ayush Pal. So Ayush is asking, would course toppers in this NPTEL course get a chance to intern in your research group? I mean, I tell the same thing to all students who want to do internships. Just drop an email with your interests and let's say with your curriculum vitae. If there's if I'm looking to hire an intern and if I think you'll be a good fit, we'll have a video call, and then we'll determine whether you can be part of the group. So not necessarily course toppers of this NPTEL course, but anyone who's interested, right, can always drop me an email. As a final year BSc Honors Physics student, how to join your research group in integrated PhD through IIT, JAM Physics, or just Physics? I think if you're a BSc Honors student, so I sit in the Materials Engineering department. So I don't know if we consider BSc Honors students are eligible enough for our PhD programs. Typically, I think we require our PhD, incoming students to at least have a MSc in physics, if I am not wrong. But I think the best place to check your eligibility to joining any of the ISC programs is to go to the admissions portal of ISC. So if you just search for admissions ISC on Google, it should take you to the ISC website with the admissions page and the possible routes through which you can get into ISC, the different programs of ISC, right? So I would ask you to take a look at that. Yeah, let me know if there are other questions. Are there any questions from the course content, any conceptual doubts or anything? I'd be happy to answer. Devdatta Banerjee is asking whether we'll have live sessions in subsequent weeks. I think the expectation from NPTEL is that we have live sessions once a month. So this is the first live session for February. I'll try to see if I can schedule one towards the end of February or early March. But I'm also having a little bit of travel in the second half of February, so that may be difficult to schedule a live session. So my guess is towards the end of February, early March, we'll have another live session. Mohammed Hasnain is asking, he has already completed an AML course in materials engineering from IIT Kanpur. So he wants to know whether we'll be covering graph neural networks in this course. Yes, graph neural networks extensively. Yes. If you have doubts, Pooja is again asking if you have doubts, could directly email you if possible. I mean, there is limited bandwidth, right? That I have with respect to responding emails. So it's best if we use these live sessions as effectively as possible. But yeah, I mean, if there are a significant number of questions and if a lot of you have those questions, you can always email me. I'll try to respond as quickly as possible. Mohammed Hasnain has one more question. Do we cover Python frameworks for material science like PyMatGen? If I am not wrong, in one of the hands-on exercises, we will be using PyMatGen's, so some of PyMatGen's classes. I think the one of the TAs, either Preetham or Javid, can clarify this. But we won't cover those toolkits extensively. So definitely will be you'll be exposed to atomic simulation environment, a little bit of PyMatGen if I'm not wrong. But yeah, we won't be covering them extensively. So Mohammed Hasnain has one more follow-up. I don't have any experience of atomic simulations like DFT. Is there any issue? In the second module of the course, we'll be extensively covering DFT and molecular dynamics. So we will cover some of the basics, and the hands-on session will also teach you how to do some calculations, simple calculations. So I don't think prior exposure is necessary to understand and learn that content. Devdutta Banerjee has a question on the final exam. Will it be MCQ based or a problem solving based on coding? No, the final exam will be sort of standard proctored exam. So there'll be MCQs and numerical questions. There won't be a coding based exam. And Mohammed Asmin has a doubt regarding the project. So if you have a doubt that is also related to the course, then you are welcome to ask. But otherwise, we'll try to keep the discussions focused on the course as much as possible. Okay, so there's a question on high throughput screening of materials for hydrogen storage. I've used graph neural network with modifying its loss function according to physics. I got a model, but I don't know how to verify it. I mean, that verification question is true for any machine learning model, right? So, how do you verify it? You verify it on data that the model has not seen so far. So you verify it on a true test set. But if you don't want to expose your model to the test set already, you can at least do some kind of validation within your training data itself and see if the model is doing good enough on the validation set. If there are no other questions in the next, let's say, 5 minutes or so, we could close down the session. So let me know if you have further questions. I guess there are no more questions. NPTEL team, do you want to close the session or?
We can close this session, sir.
Okay, all right. Thanks everyone for joining. See you all in the next one.